In today's tutorial, we're learning how to make this honey drip cup. For this kit, you will need to have UV resin and food coloring. We're going the red and the yellow food coloring, and of course your Crafty Cup Kit, which includes everything else that you need to make this cup. Inside is a 20-ounce snow globe tumbler. We haven't used one of those before. A sticker sheet, solution, a bag of goodies, a straw, and a bee straw topper. The first thing we're going to do is tint our honey. So we're going to go in with the yellow food coloring. You really only need a tiny little dab. I just put this on the handle end of a butter knife and then stick it straight into the solution and just give it a bit of a whirl. Screw the lid back on, give it a shake, and you'll see that the coloring kind of looks like honey, but that is because the solution is very concentrated. It's all in a little tube. Once it goes into the cup, the walls of the cup are actually quite thin and it will make the color of the honey quite light. So now, because of that, this is where we're going to add the red to get a little bit more depth. See this tiny little dot? That's probably too much. Honestly, the tiniest little bit. So now stick that in, and when you take your knife out, there should still be some food coloring left on the handle. That's a great sign because I put too much in the first place. Jump scare. The honey's gone quite orange. That's not what it looks like in real life. I don't know why the camera's showing it like that. Hopefully when you've done yours, it's not looking like mine is right there. Like I said, in person, it's looking quite nice. Tip your cup upside down, find the hole at the base of the cup and start squeezing the solution in. You can already tell that the color of the solution inside the cup is much lighter than the solution in the bottle. Again, another great sign. This is a 20-ounce tumbler and we used the full 200ml bottle of the solution. Inside your cup was this bag, and in there are 2 plugs. You're only going to need one. Use that plug to plug up the hole. That's the first part completed. Inside the bag of goodies, you're going to take out one of the alcohol pads, rip her open and give the outside of the cup a really good clean, because now we're going to add our decals. Find your sticker sheet and then we're going to cut around the honeycomb clusters. There'll be 3 big clusters and 3 little individual honeycombs. I'm using the Tech Wrap cup cradle. You don't need to have one of these, but they are super handy. And pick your first honeycomb to lay somewhere on the cup. This is where you get to have creative free will. I've decided the chunky one is going right down the bottom, so we're going to peel the backing of the sticker off, apply it to the cup, give it a really firm rub, and then the film that's left over, peel that film off and you'll be left with just a sticker stuck to your cup. Line up the rest of your honeycombs, make sure they're not going to overlap, and then repeat the process again. Peel, stick, rub, peel. I ended up putting one of the larger honeycombs at the top of the cup. I wish I didn't do this. This one here, I wish I kind of put that down into the middle a little bit, but you guys will work out where you want to place yours when you've got your cup. And then I just randomly put the individual ones around the cup, but I wish I did these ones further up and the chunky ones a bit lower in the cup. Okay, now we're starting on our lid. We only need one lid, but I did need a little trinket dish here and I didn't have one handy, so I've grabbed another lid and I can pour all of the contents into that lid to hold it so it doesn't roll away on the table. This is where you're going to decide on the placement for all of your ice cubes and your little honeycomb stick. Once you've decided that you like the placement of everything, this is where you get your resin. Put a little dob on there, pick up a cube, resin, cube, resin, cube, and continue along until there's a little bit of resin underneath every single cube. Please do note that everybody's bag of goodies are a little bit different. Some of you have shiny gems and others have like crushed cube looking bits. Just place this on your lid however you feel. Use the resin and then go in with the torch to cure it. Everybody does have one of these little honey sticks though, so find a cute spot for the honey stick to go on, use some resin, cure it, add some more resin so it doesn't fall off, cure it, and continue again until you know that it is going to be nice and stable. And you might think we're done. We're not. We're actually going to grab that little heart container that's in your kit, add some resin, and then we're just going to add yellow food coloring. We don't need any red for this one. Pour it on top of the honey stick, cure it with the UV light, and then continue on until you're happy with the placement. I have only done the honey on one side of the lid as if it's just falling off the honey stick. But remember, this is your cup. You've got creative free will. You can do as much or as little as you like. You can skip this part altogether if you like. In your kit, you should at least have one bee. Stick your bee onto the lid, again, wherever you like, and that is the majority of your cup decorated. But you've got one last thing. Stick the straw in, grab your straw topper. And I feel like the straw topper is a little bit too much, but you might love it. Or you might even decide to take off the plastic bit and use the resin and stick that straw topper to the actual lid itself. So this is our final result with and without the straw topper. I hope you loved making this cup. I've really enjoyed creating it for you guys. And if you want to do this every single month, make sure you email us and we can set you up for a subscription, or you can continue to purchase separately. Let us know your thoughts on this one. Your input is always appreciated.